Christopher Nolan is often called a cold director, someone that is detached with emotions and creates morally bleak films about the flaws of human emotions. And to an extent, that is correct. Nolan's characters are people who are flawed, and their moral ambiguity is an inspection of the human mind and how complex it is. From Memento's Leonard to Dom in Inception, Nolan explores the flawed nature of a human. But Chris Nolan isn't cold, nor is he a cynic. His worldview of humans is a realistic interpretation. We are not all good, nor are we bad, but we are complex. That is why Cooper from Nolan's 2014 sci-fi is his greatest character, because Coop is someone Nolan doesn't really film about. Nolan films about other people and their flawed nature, while Coop isn't exploring human emotions, but the emotions of Chris Nolan. The biggest theme of Interstellar is love.
Love, Tars, love.
The idea that love is something we don't fully understand, yet we are dictated by its power, is the true exploration. With Interstellar, it presents itself as a sci-fi movie with space travel and real-life science sprinkled in, but that isn't the point of the movie. The idea of Coop leaving Earth is the vehicle used to permeate the importance that love has on us. His love for Murph is a clear motivation for him, and their bond is a very special one that only a father and daughter can have. And Nolan doesn't sugarcoat their relationship by making it fluffy. Her anger at Coop is raw, and the decision to not speak with her father for 23 years is a reminder that love isn't the right answer all the time. To love someone is to make the difficult decisions and to live with that for life. If Coop really loved his kids, would he really leave them behind? The answer is yes. Because as he said, to be a parent is to build for your children's future.
Once you're a parent, you're the ghost of your children's future.
This line is there on purpose because Coop literally defines Murph's future by giving her the location of the NASA base and giving her the answers to save mankind. The fifth dimension was created by love. It is a physical manifestation of what Coop's love is.
Just like Brand said, my connection with Murph, it is quantifiable. It's the key.
When it comes down to the most important moments for Coop, he chooses love to guide his thinking. He leaves his children behind to save them and sacrifices himself so Dr. Brand can make it to Edmund's planet. If love wasn't an influence, would he make those sacrifices? Would he think irrationally by thinking of others and not himself? Love conquers all emotions. The movie decides to have Dr. Brand be influenced by love, which is important for the idea that love is transcendent, because both Coop and Brand are in the field of facts, but yet they both are influenced to go by gut feelings because of their influence of love.
She's in love with Wolf Edmonds.
The idea that love isn't bounded by anything tangible but science is a core battle between the two, and one which the characters have to deal with. Dr. Brown wants to go to Edmund's planet because she's in love with him, and even though Dr. Mann, someone she called
Was the best of us.
has actually sent a signal, she chooses to go with her gut feeling. However, the team decides to veto her choice and set course for Dr. Mann. With Cooper the one ultimately making the final choice, is it hypocritical that he opts to go with facts rather than emotions, which has been his driving force? To balance out the idea of love being all powerful, Chris Nolan introduces a character that isn't defined by the people around him or influenced by their affections. Dr. Mann is someone that looks through the barrier and focuses on the goal at hand without any other compassion. He needs to find a planet that can sustain life. The movie tells us that Dr. Mann is alone. He has no one to go back to Earth on.
I have attachments. Even without a family, I can promise you that.
As Dr. Brand states, that the people chosen for the exploration are the loneliest.
Families, huh?
No attachments. My father insisted.
So his goal is survival. Without the clouded judgment of what loving someone can do, he can make a decision as bleak as to kill Coop in order to save humanity. From the very beginning, Dr. Mann knew that Plan A was never an option and Plan B was always the target.
Save the human race from extinction. Plan B, a colony.
The idea presented here is that without compassion and love, we are capable of doing unthinkable actions. Dr. Mann is okay with the people of Earth suffocating to their death, while Coop and Brand, with people they care about constantly on their mind, decide to fight against the odds and figure a way out to help the people on Earth. Dr. Mann describes to Coop why technology wasn't used for the mission.
The machine doesn't improvise well because you can't program a fear of death. A father with a survival instinct that extends to your kids. What does research tell us is the last thing you're going to see before you die? Your children.
It isn't by randomness that the Nolan brothers let Dr. Mann say those lines. Dr. Mann has been through that commotion. He's been there when the plan is thrown out the window and where life or death is on the line. And who did he see? No one, because Dr. Mann was alone. So what did he do? He sent a signal and waited for someone to save him. Put that scenario on Coop. What would have been his decision? To escape. to go home to his kids. In many interviews, Nolan states the similarity of Coop and himself, with them both having a daughter being a major connection.
My oldest is a daughter, Flora, and I think I really strongly responded to that element of the script.
And with this, we see that Nolan is viewing Coop through his own eyes. Interstellar isn't a movie for us, it's a movie for himself. As a father, Nolan is bounded by love for his children, but just like Coop, Nolan has to leave them to fill his own exploration, an exploration of cinema. We can view Interstellar in our own eyes, but for Nolan, it is a discovery of himself told for his children. We love people who die. We love people far away from different continents and time zones. We love our pets, our children, and our parents. It doesn't matter when or where or even why, but we do. What Interstellar is telling us is that love transcends time and space.